Versus Birdsong. Step forward, please.
30-year-old Lisa Machino says she loaned ex-boyfriend, 42-year-old carpenter Craig Birdsong, money for a van, bikes for his kids, and attorney fees after he beat her. Craig says the van broke down, the bikes were a gift, and the battery charges were dropped.
Order. All rise. This is case number 530 on the calendar in the matter of Machino versus Birdsong. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Sir, have a seat.
Ms. Machino, according to your complaint, you lived with the defendant in a relationship for a very short period of time, about a month?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you continue to date after the month?
Yes, ma'am.
For about how long?
We dated about 1.5 years.
After you went your own separate ways and lived separately, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
According to your complaint, there came a time when you loaned him some money. The loans are 3 separate loans.
Yes, ma'am.
According to you, once you loaned him money to buy a van, you loaned him money to fix the van, and then you loaned him money when his children, he wanted to buy some birthday presents or Christmas presents for his children.
Birthday presents.
Loaned him the money to buy them some bikes. He says they were all gifts. Is that right?
Yes.
You also say that you loaned him money to pay legal fees.
Yes, ma'am.
And that, too, you say, was a gift.
Yes.
Okay. So why don't you tell me about the first loan for the van? Were you living together at the time you made that loan?
No, ma'am.
That was after you had separated but still dating.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me how that came about.
December of 1997, the defendant didn't have a job. He was going to open up his own business, something he had been trying to do for a long length of time. And being that he didn't have a job, I thought I'd be a friend, try to help him out, get him going so that he can get his company going, and maybe things would change and it'd better himself.
Well, how did that money come about? You have to tell me that.
He found a van that he needed to carry his tool equipment around in. And so he came to me. I was at his house. His children were there visiting, and he asked me if told me about this van, and he said, I need $500 for the down payment for the van. And I said, well, how are you going to get the rest of the money? He had a job that was going to be coming up that was going to pay him some money, and that he would pay for the rest of the van and give me the $500 back. So I thought, well, this will get him going. So I lent him the $500
But
cash.
he did say to you, according to you, I have a job that I could pay for, and I could pay for the rest of the van and also pay you back. He definitely said that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you gave him the $500.
Yep.
And he bought the van.
Yes, he did.
And then the van broke down.
A couple months later.
And tell me about that conversation.
The brakes on the van were bad. I was at work. He called me at work. He took the van in to get it fixed. He called me at work and he said, well, it's not just the brakes, it needs a muffler and some other stuff. And I said, so how much we're talking here? And he goes, well, it's going to cost me about $430-some. And I said, so you're telling me you need the extra money? And he goes, yeah. And I said, well, I'm tired of giving you money because every time I give you money, you don't give it back. And I was very apprehensive about it. And he kept saying, no, please, please. He's the type of person who can talk you basically into anything. So I went ahead. I was supposed to meet him at 5 o'clock at his house to go get the van. He wasn't there. He was down at the casino with his friends. And so I went up and to pay for the van because the shop closed at 5 o'clock. I went, paid for it, came back, and then he showed up at his house with his friend. And after I'd already paid for it, I found out that he had won $500 at the casino that night. I said, well, why don't you give me my money back that I just paid for the van? He refused.
Well, what did he say?
He told me, no, I'll pay you back. I'll take you to dinner and then we'll discuss it. We didn't go to dinner that night. We ended up in a big argument because he wouldn't give me the money back. He refused.
When did you give him money for the bikes for the children?
It was later that year because his kids came down in May to visit. And he wanted to buy him bikes so they didn't have nothing to do at his house. So he said, why don't you go down and pick up the bikes and, you know, when I get things going with my business and I'll pay you back. I went down and I picked up the bikes. I even bought him a bike so he could ride with his kids. And I don't care, you know, he can have the bike. That is a gift. So that he can enjoy time with his kids. But he borrowed the money for these bikes for these kids' birthdays.
And that was $174?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now tell me about these legal fees.
We got in a big domestic, and I have pictures to prove what he did to me, and we ended up going to court over it. Well, just before we went to court, he sent a card through one of his friends to me telling me that he really needed to talk to me, and he really was really sorry about what happened. And I backed down.
You dropped
and
the
I
charges.
dropped the charges.
Well, so what's the money for?
Because he said his lawyer went into court and dropped the charges, and he promised his lawyer he'd give him the $300 that Friday, and he was a good attorney and all this stuff. And he said, I told him I would lend him the money for the $300, and that was going to be it.
So
And I also went and bought a box of golf balls. He had me go buy a box of golf balls for his attorney. Dumb, stupid. I learned never do it again.
Okay. You say all of these were gifts, correct?
Yes.
Tell me how the van came about.
The van came about, I was going into subcontracting on my own. I have a bathroom job coming up, and I needed a van to carry around my tools.
So you heard about a van?
I went down, stopped, and looked at it. And I know the guy who's selling it. And she went down there with me, and I said, well, okay, I'll pay for the van as soon as I get this bid on this job, which would be about a week. He goes, okay. I goes, can you hold it for me? He says, no, because I'm just going to sell it, you know, if we're first come, first serve. I said, that's fine, I'll just take my chances. Well, she pops up down there later on and gives him $500 to hold the van for me. I said, what'd you do that for? I said, I'll pay you back. I said, no problem. Then when it came back to the time to pay her back, she says, no, you don't have to pay me back. You know, just use it, you know, make yourself useful. I said, okay, very good.
Okay, so now you're being useful.
Now I'm being useful.
Now you're being useful.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Lisa Machino claims her ex-boyfriend, Craig Birdsong, owes her for a van, bicycles, and attorney fees. Craig is counterclaiming for his computer and damage to his car.
Mr. Birdsong, a year later, your van broke down, so why didn't you pay for it?
I was going to.
Good.
I had the money to pay for it.
Good. You had the money to pay for it.
Yes, I did.
So what happened?
She went down there and paid the muffler shop off before I got down there.
Okay, so she, please, quiet. So she went out and you said, oh, that's terrific that you got there before I did. You weren't gambling that day, were you?
No, I was not.
Okay, so she went down and paid it off, and you took the money out of your pocket. And you said, here, Lisa, I don't want you to pay for this van. I have the money, right? You were very nice to give me, according to you, the money for the van, but this is ridiculous. I have the money. It's right here. Now, what did she say, Mr. Birdsong, when you said that to her?
Did I say that to her? It made me mad when she went down with that.
Just a second. What did she say?
Excuse me?
When you said that to her, here's the money. Is what you started to tell me, Mr. Birdsong, that it made you mad that she went behind your back?
Exactly.
So it made you mad that she went behind your back to do this nice thing for you.
Nice.
Made you mad.
Interfere in
Okay,
my
so
business.
you didn't take out the money that you had in your pocket to pay off the van, to have it fixed. You kept it in your pocket. And then, how much later were the bikes for the kids?
I believe that was a Christmas present in December of '98.
Oh, okay. And why don't you tell me why you didn't buy your children bikes?
I was going to.
You were going to?
Yes, I was.
Okay, so you were going to buy your children bikes.
Yes, I was.
And tell me how it came about that she bought them the bikes.
It just drove up my driveway in the back of her car.
Okay,
and there
so
they were.
it was your intention, Mr. Birdsong, to buy your children bicycles, and somehow through some sort of mental telepathy or her use of a Ouija board,
Yes.
I'm speaking, she found out that you intended to buy your children bicycles, and she just decided to go out and buy the children bicycles so that you didn't have to spend your money.
That is correct.
All right. Now let's get to these bruises on her arm. I have photographs, Mr. Birdsong. Have you seen them?
I have never seen him before.
Well, I'd like to show them to you, sir.
Okay. Nice house.
All right.
Okay.
So she had you arrested for domestic violence. Is that right?
No.
She filed a complaint for domestic
Yes, she did.
violence. And you had to hire a lawyer because if there was a possibility that you were going to jail. Is that right?
We're going to court.
Well, when you go to court and you lose a case for battery and domestic violence, they don't throw you a gala or a dinner. What they usually do is put
No.
you in jail.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So you hired a lawyer.
Yes.
And your lawyer cost you $300. Is that right?
Yes.
You made an appearance, and you somehow prevailed upon her to drop the charges.
No.
Well, tell me how it happened that she dropped the charges.
She just dropped him.
She just dropped them.
Just dropped him.
She seems to be doing a lot of dumb
She,
things.
oh, boy.
Okay. So she dropped them, and and you had to pay the lawyer $300. And how did it come about that she gave the lawyer $300?
I kind of told her, I said, since you got me in that situation, she just brought it up, I think you ought to pay my lawyer off. She said, I will. I'm sorry. And she paid my lawyer off.
Okay. Now, why don't you tell me about your counterclaim? You say that she damaged your car accidentally. There was an accident or something?
There wasn't accidentally, Your Honor. Well,
You say,
there was an accident.
Well, let's say, damage done to my vehicle caused by her getting into an accident while the car was not favorably loaned to her. Now, I don't understand what that means, but I assume you're going to explain it to me.
Yes, I am. What I mean, she took my car to work. She was out of a vehicle. She don't own a vehicle. She borrowed my car to go to work. I said, you stay there. It was icy, snowy. They were telling you stay off the streets. She took my car to go somewhere in the next state, and she got into an accident.
Okay, she got into an accident. I said it was an accident.
Yes.
Okay, and did you have insurance on the car?
I had insurance. She did not. It did not cover my car, did not cover her, but it did cover the other vehicle.
Let me see, sir, your insurance forms on this.
I have receipts where or not receipts where I paid for a bumper, but I have a witness. I already paid for that bumper, and that car's already been fixed. I've already
Show
made
me,
my
sir,
amendments
show
on
me
that.
the documents that you want me to see with regard to the car. When did you get this, sir?
I think I've got it, what was it, just last week.
Right.
Right.
And when was the accident, sir?
It was about a year ago.
Get out of here.
It was February
Sure.
14th in 1998.
Get out of here.
I have pictures of the car where it has
Let me
a
see
new
it.
bumper on there.
Get out.
I have a witness that I did buy
All
the
right,
bumper.
just a second. Forget it.
Those pictures were just taken a week ago.
Now, you say that you paid for a bumper?
The bumper on his car got cracked, and the lights plate or the headlight on the
You have a
passenger side of the
receipt-
car got
you have
broke.
a receipt for
No,
that?
because I paid cash from a customer of mine from where I worked, and I brought the bumper to my place of business, and my witness over here helped me move the bumper over to my back porch because we had a snowstorm.
Well, there's nothing wrong with the bumper on this car, sir.
I didn't say there was.
Yeah, but there's a thing here for a bumper.
That's the original car that she wrecked. I got a bumper on there right now. It's better than the one dragging on the
Just
ground.
a
But I
second.
paid for
Just
it.
a second. Well, let me ask you this question, sir. You just got this a few days ago for an accident that happened a year ago. Did you get this over the phone?
No, I went down and got an estimate.
That's
How could
not
they tell you
correct.
that you need a bumper on your car?
Is that my
$536 for a bumper when you have a bumper on your car.
is that my car?
What's your license plate number?
That's a good question.
Take out your driver's license and registration and tell me what your license
I
plate
don't
is.
think it's.
Read it to me.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
What kind of computer did she take, sir?
Personal computer.
You're a cutie pie. Miss Machino, you're supposed to get smart as you get older. He's a loser.
Closed captioning, sponsored in part by Real Cases, Real People, Judge Judy. Lisa Machino is suing ex-boyfriend Craig Birdsong for money loaned for his van, bikes for his kids, and attorney fees after he beat her.
You don't have your registration? You don't have your registration for
It's in
your
my
car?
vehicle.
It's in your car.
It's in my vehicle.
Your Honor, I have a piece of paper right here with his license plate number on
Oh,
there.
let me see it.
With
Okay.
from another place that I had his oil change for him. It has his license plate number on it.
I haven't seen these
Oh,
pictures.
perfect. That's nice.
And the car's registered to his
Just
name.
a second, just a second. That's the same one, Mr.
Is it?
Birdsong. Oh, yes.
Never seen the pictures before.
Oh, well, I could show you the pictures. They were taken just recently, sir. Here you go.
So
There's
she's
your car.
trespassing then. Okay. She was trespassing then.
She was trespassing. Whether she was trespassing or not, sir, that makes you a liar. All right, so that takes care of the first part of your counterclaim. Home computer, which she stole from my property. You want to tell me about that?
Do you want me to tell you about it?
Oh, yeah, that's your counterclaim.
Okay. Here we go. I had a no contact order and restraining order on her. She sat out in front of my house, called the cops on me for a court issue that did not concern her one darn bit. Okay? Cops came down, I just kind of left, went for a long walk. When I got home, the computer were gone, my golf clubs were gone, the receipt for the computer was gone.
Okay, now you say she returned your golf clubs.
She said, come get them, otherwise they're going in the dumpster.
Okay, so she returned the golf
I
clubs.
went down and
Did
picked
you
them
take
up.
his computer?
Ma'am, it's not his computer. I have a receipt that
Just
it's
a
my
second.
computer.
Did you take a computer from his house?
Not that night.
Anytime.
Yes, I did.
Okay. So you took the computer.
Yes,
That was
ma'am.
in his house.
It was in his
Tell
house.
me why.
Because on February 14th, when I got beat up from him, from the pictures that you have, the police came to the house that evening. He took off and he ran out the back door because he knew he was going to be arrested. I had been staying at his house all the time. They considered us as living together. I bought the computer. I have a receipt that it's my computer. I also have a notarized statement from the person I bought the computer from. And when they got there, they asked me if I had any property in the house, and I said, yes, I do. I have a computer. They said, please take your computer and leave. And so I did.
6th day of January. What kind of computer was this that you took, sir?
It's a home.
What kind of computer did she take, sir?
It's right here, ma'am.
Well, tell me, it's your computer, you say. What kind
Right,
of computer was it?
just a PC computer.
A
Just
home
computer.
PC?
Yeah,
Home PC.
personal computer.
A personal computer,
Yes.
that's as opposed to business computer. Well, when
Right.
you went to buy this computer, you went to buy it, right?
Right.
Right? When you went to buy it, did you say you wanted an Epson, a Compact, an IBM, an Intel? What did you say, the brand that you wanted?
I take the one on sale.
You take the one on sale.
Yep.
You're a cutie pie. It's her computer. Next. She's got the receipt for it. She bought it. You didn't. Unless you have a bill for it. You got a receipt that you paid for it?
She took the receipt.
You have a receipt that you paid for it?
No, I do not.
And if she said she took the receipt, sir, all you had to do was go to the store where you purchased it, because I'm sure you remember the store that you purchased it, and say, I need a duplicate bill. Right? So, all right. Now, let's get to the next part of your nonsense.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You say that when she left, she destroyed some things at your house, a ceiling fan and a kitchen light fixture. How did she do that?
I wasn't there at the time, so I don't know
Good,
how
so you
she
don't
did.
know. Perfect, your counterclaim's dismissed. Court has reviewed and has taken testimony with regard to the plaintiff's contention that there were a series of loans made to this defendant which total $1,411.77, and the court is satisfied that these were, in fact, loans. Ms. Machino.
Yes, ma'am.
Listen to me. You're supposed to get smart as you get older.
I do now.
He's a loser.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? He's a loser and a taker.
Yes, ma'am.
Because even if the man doesn't, even if there is some credence to the fact that this was a blurry gift/loan, and if you were doing nice things for him by paying for his van, by paying to have it repaired, a good person, man or woman, would say after the relationship is over, especially since he says he has the money, I don't want her to be out any money. It's not fair. It's not reasonable. So a person of character would say that. A person without character lies and doesn't pay what is morally correct. I do, however, in this case find that there were, in fact, a series of loans made to him with the expectation of being paid back. Judgment is issued for the plaintiff. That's
Thank you,
all.
Your
Thank
Honor.
you very much.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
I came here because I knew Judge Judy could see through.
Case number 131 on the calendar in the matter of Wishner versus Colazo. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Sir, have a seat.
Ms. Wishner, your claim is that the defendant assaulted you in a bar. You claim that she assaulted you both inside of the bar and outside of the bar later in the parking lot. Did you know her before this evening?
No, ma'am.
You had never known her before December 13th?
Yes.
Never spoken to her before?
Never.
Okay. So why don't you tell me about at least your version of what happened that evening?
Several friends of mine, we all decided that we would meet at a local bar, then go bowling, and then go back to the bar afterwards. So we all met, and that's where I was introduced to Marlena by a friend of mine.
Who's Marlena? That's you. Ms. Colazo.
Yes. And we then went bowling.
Who went bowling?
Mike, myself, two friends, Marlena.
So she went bowling with you?
Yes.
Okay.
I never really carried on a conversation with her because I didn't know her. Then after bowling, several hours later, we then went back to the bar to just hang out, have a couple drinks, and just socialize. And that's when Michael had asked me that Kristen was coming down.
Another girl was coming.
Yes. And he had said that she liked him. He asked me if I would go along and say that I was his girlfriend. I said, that's fine. Marlena was on the other side of the bar, sitting with Kristen. They were carrying on a conversation.
So Marlena, Miss Collazo, was sitting at the other side of the bar with this girl who had a crush on
Michael.
Michael.
Yes.
Okay. Got to get me a scorecard here.
Michael
Go
and
ahead.
I were standing there talking, and before I knew it, Marlena had come up behind me, grabbed the back of my hair, and yanked my head back, and began to yell at me and call me a liar and said that I had lied to her. And
Lied to?
I had lied to her. She
Okay.
said that I lied to her or lied to Kristen. Michael had asked her to leave, so she had left the bar. From there, Kristen came up to me. She's like, I'm really sorry. She's like, you know, we were just standing there having a conversation. She's like, Marlena was supposed to come up and confront you and Michael about the situation, if you were lying or not. She's like, I never expected her to pull your hair.
So Miss Collazo left because Michael told her to leave.
Yes.
And she left the bar.
I wanted to know why she had pulled my hair. I went outside. I was standing there on the edge of the sidewalk. Her car door was open. She was getting into the car whenever I had asked her why she'd pulled my hair.
How far away from you was she when you asked her that question?
I don't know.
Point to
it was-
something in this room.
She was probably like where the flag is behind you, the navy blue flag on the right-hand side.
Okay, so pretty far away.
There was a pretty good distance between us.
Okay.
I didn't leave the sidewalk. I stood there and figured that I would carry on
So
the
you
conversation.
shouted to her, why did you
Yes.
pull my hair?
Exactly. I just wanted to know. I didn't care.
Why did you pull my hair? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Go ahead.
From there, she had shut the car door and began yelling at me. I guess she felt threatened that
Don't tell me what she felt. She shut the car door and started to yell at you. What did she say?
She just called me a liar and said that I lied to her about the whole situation when I didn't lie to her. I lied, you know, to Kristen. And she approached me.
So she left the car and came to you.
Yes.
Go ahead.
From there, we continued to exchange words, and before I knew it, she had jumped on me and slammed my head up against the car. It was a Jeep Grand Cherokee. I did $400 worth of damage to the car with my head that she bounced off of it. From there, she continued to jump on me and beat on me. She had scraped my face with her nails, pulled my contact out of my eye, and every time I tried to get up and get away, she continued to jump back on top of me. I had a bruise on my left inner leg from continuing to fall. Numerous times I had asked her to get off of me, that I wasn't going to fight her. I tried pushing her away, and when I pushed her away, she then bit me on my hand. And I have pictures if you want to see.
I sure do.
She had bit me on my left hand in between my thumb and my pointer finger. The pictures are really hard to see. I have scars on it from where she bit me. From there, finally somebody came outside and pulled her off me long enough for me to go inside and call 911 and have the paramedics come.
Okay, now you hit somebody's Grand Cherokee, and reading between the lines in your complaint, I gathered that somebody was forced to pay for the damage on the Grand Cherokee. Who was
Yes.
that?
I had to pay $255.19. She was supposed to pay $220.19.
And you want her to pay not only the $255.19 that you paid for the truck, but also for your injuries
Yes.
that you sustained as a result of what you claim was the assault. Okay, did you finish your story?
I have all the medical reports, if
Okay.
you would like those.
No, I don't need them yet, but I may, so keep them handy. All right, Ms. Collazo, let's hear your version of the events.
Okay, everything's true up until the part to where we came over to talk to her. Also, she had talked to me earlier. She said she had no conversation with me at the bar at the bowling alley because earlier that day I had asked her and Mike, were they a couple, in conversation at the bar before we went to the bowling alley. And at the bowling alley, we did talk. I mean, you can't really bowl.
I don't care
Okay,
whether you
I'm
talk.
just letting you know that we
Good.
did speak. At the bar, yes, I was talking to Kristen. We were talking about the fact that Mike had told her that her girlfriend was there. And I said, what are you talking about? He doesn't have a girlfriend. She said, well, that's her right there. And I said, no, that's not her it's not his girlfriend. I said, they're making a fool of you, you know? And she's just like, I don't understand all that crying stuff. I was like, well, if you want to, I said, we can go over there and ask her right now, and you can stop sitting here being the, you know, the red thumb here and go on with your business. So we go over to the side of her, and I tapped her. She was turned around. Mike was in between us, and I tapped her on her shoulder, and I asked her the question, and she said no. And she looked at me with this face, and she's just like, well, why do you care? Why do you care? And she started getting loud in the bar. Mike was standing in between us, and he did not ask me to leave. He said, Marlena, I know you're better than this. And I said, I know I am. And I turned around, and I proceeded to leave the bar. I turned around, and she was right there, coming at me, asking me, who do I think I am, and why do I care, and why is this important to me? And she grabbed at me. So what was I supposed to do? Of course I grabbed her and started, yeah, I beat her up, but I mean, she had me, you know? And we hit the car, we hit the ground, we rolled around for a little while, and she got someone's cell phone because she was on the phone outside making phone calls, calling me a this, a that, I'm going to jail just because I'm a stupid N-word and this, that, the next, and the other. And I'm like, whatever, I'll wait here for the police. The police came. He said, are you the person who called the police?
Can I see the police report, please?
Stephanie Wishner says she was assaulted by Marlena Collazo during an argument at a bar. Stephanie claims Marlena rammed her head into the side of a truck.
So you left before the police arrived, is that right?
No, I left after the police got there. He pulled up right in front of the bar. I was still out front. He looked at me and he said, are you the one who called the police? I said, no. I said, I'm just trying to get my things and leave. He said, okay. And he went inside to talk to her.
Well, according to the police, you left before his arrival. Why didn't you hang around and speak to the police officer?
I was right there when he pulled up, and he asked me, he said, are you the one who called the police?
No, I'm not the one that called the police, but I know about this incident. You knew why the police were there, right?
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you stay around and give your version of the events?
I didn't feel it was necessary.
No? Take any prescription medication?
Do I take prescription medication?
Do you take any prescription medication?
No.
There's no excuse for this. There's no excuse for this kind of an assault. This wasn't a single assault. This was clear. She beat you up, okay? And she has to be responsible for that. But you also, it seems to me, have some responsibility. There's no question that two of you had been drinking that evening because you started out at the bar, then you went to the bowling alley where I'm sure you were drinking beer or whatever else they serve there, then you go back to the bar and you're drinking some more. So I'm sure that both of you were feeling a little bit loose. Would that be a fair statement?
Yes, we were drinking.
Okay. That doesn't give you this. You understand that?
Yeah.
And you got involved with something that had absolutely nothing to do with you. You're talking to Christina. Christina wants to know if this boy is actually dating this girl. What does that have to do with you? And what do you have to start trouble for? You tell this girl that they're making a fool out of her? I mean, is that what a mature person does?
Well, they were.
What does that have to do with you? So, you had to pay for the truck? That's part of the cost of being stupid and going out and following her outside. As far as your medical bills are concerned, now I want to see your medical bills and the reports.
This is the hospital report. This is the medical.
You didn't see the doctor, I assume, Ms. Collazo, because you went home before you even
There's
spoke to the police.
bills.
Is that right?
That's it?
Yes.
I went home and I went to bed.
Went home and went to bed. Did you go to work the next day?
Yes, I did.
So I assume you weren't injured.
Not to the point where I felt I needed medical attention.
Well, tell me how you were injured at any point.
Okay, I had scratches all over my neck.
Did you have any photographs of that?
Did I know I was going to court? No.
Did you? If you had hung around, Ms. Collazo, and spoken to the police, maybe you would have known. Nothing more unseemly than women who drink. Medical bills total $1,160.
Can I speak right now? Mm-hmm. We had a criminal case. She already tried to get me for harassment, but the judge in Pittsburgh dropped the charges.
Well, I'm not dropping the charges. As far as I'm concerned, madam, you owe $1,160, judgment for the plaintiff.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I'm tired of seeing her in court. This is my third time, and hopefully I don't have to see her ever again.
I really think she was out looking to just start something. And I was the lucky person.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Passariello versus Stillwell. Step forward, please.
Kalia and Vito Passariello are suing DJ company owners Jennifer and Eric Stillwell for ruining their wedding video. The Stillwells say the video was free.
Mr. and Mrs. Passariello, you were getting married, and you hired the defendants as DJs for the wedding. Is that right?
Correct.
And how many hours was the reception?
We had hired them to play for 3 hours,
What did your contract provide for?
$210.
Not a lot of money for 3 hours, right?
Average where we live.
Okay. How did you find them? Did you find them through an advertisement, or did somebody recommend them?
In the phone book, an advertisement in the phone book.
Okay. Had you asked for any recommendations?
We only had 2 months to plan our wedding, and in their advertisement, it says that they do a videotaping for free. And since we were in a hurry, we decided to go with them because we also wanted the videotape. So we chose
Let
them.
me see the ad, please.
We actually have 2.
Just a second. So $210 was for the DJ. How many people? 1 DJ or 2?
They told me that there would be 1 DJ, but there would be someone there helping him.
And was there?
There were 2 other people there with him.
Okay. So that's a pretty reasonable.
Right. Very good.
So you're not complaining. Your lawsuit doesn't complain about the DJ services. Your lawsuit says that they were to provide you your event videotaped free.
Correct.
That's what the ad says.
Right.
But not the DJ services. The DJ services you paid for.
Right.
The video was free. And what you're complaining about is the quality of the videotape.
Right.
Right? Say there
And
was
some of the service.
Well, you never like everything that a DJ does, Ms. Paciarello.
They lost our first dance song, and they also asked me to make up a song list, and the song list was not played. And we had picked out special music for the cake cutting, and it was not played either.
Ms. Paciarello, listen to me very carefully. I have made a lot of weddings. Never is perfect. Did you fire them?
Well, I couldn't send him home and have no entertainment.
Of course not. So you kept them for the 3 hours.
Right.
Fine. So you got your service provided for, because what you're suing them for is not $210. You're suing them for $2,110. You're suing them for 10 times as much as you paid, because you say they spoiled your day because of the video.
It wasn't just that the day was spoiled. My husband is from New York, and his family was not able to attend, and we were counting on this video to include them so they could see, and it's so embarrassing. We cannot.
Then you should have hired somebody who was a professional videoer.
Well, their ad shows professional this, professional that, and they actually have it in a higher printing that your video service
is free.
Yes, but they're standing
Mr. Paciarello, it's ludicrous to believe that you actually thought that you were going to get both a professional DJ and a helper for 3 hours, plus a professional video, all for the bargain price of $210.
That's average where we live. It's not low. It's very average.
So what you're telling me is you can get a professional DJ and a professional video.
I don't know about a professional video.
You're not following what I'm saying, madam. It's ludicrous to believe that you could possibly expect a professional DJ plus a professional video.
They agreed to provide a video.
They provided you a video, madam. You may not like the video.
Can I show you the
video?
video?
No, I'm not interested.
It's awful.
Just a second. You should have hired a professional photographer if you wanted a professional video. How is somebody going to do a DJ, pay attention, professionally, as well as videotape an event to your liking, right? You want 2 professionals for $210.
They had 3 people at the event, 1 person to DJ and the other 2. One of the men was standing there with the camera. Now, we're not saying a professional job. We're saying at least an average job. This is
out of the
below
3 hours.
Where do you get standards?
Out of the 3
Just a minute.
hours
Where
that
do you
we
get
hired
standards for a free service? That it's supposed to be average, below average, above average?
Rounded into the price somewhere.
Did you call for a Hey,
free.
Miss Paciarello, I hear a lot of people complaining about wedding events afterwards. Sometimes I rule in their favor. When they hire a photographer and the photographer's pictures are so outrageous, and you've hired a professional photographer, they are successful. But you did not hire a professional photographer. You hired a professional DJ who was giving you as a service, as a free service, a video. I'm going to ask you only one other question. Did you contact, in the course of the 2 months preparation for your wedding, a photographer?
No, his father took all the pictures for our wedding.
So the answer is you did not contact a photographer.
We didn't need to. No.
Good.
Oh,
so I hope you have good pictures. Listen, stop making a mountain out of a molehill.
Can you view the tape, please?
I'm not interested in the tape, madam. There are pictures on the tape. Is that right?
It's a video.
You can't see it. It's so dark you can't see it. And when we're cutting the cake, the speaker for this system, they set their service up right in front of our cake table, and you cannot even see Vito except for the waist down.
You hired a DJ.
But they
You got a
agreed to
free-
provide another service.
They provided another service.
No,
they
they
gave
didn't.
you a video. And the fact that, Ms. Pasquarello, you're not going to get a dime. Understand that. You hired a DJ for $200 for 3 hours. Did you play 3 hours or more?
We played
Like
four.
4.
Because they felt bad because they broke our first dance tape.
Fine. Well, that's just a second. That's a very nice thing. So they played
I
for
told him
4
to leave.
hours. They played for 4 hours. For
But I
200
told him to leave.
No.
Yes, we did. He asked us several times if we wanted him to stay for a half an hour for 35 or a full hour for 70, and I told him no, because there was only like
Just a
30
second.
people left.
Just a second. So are you telling me they didn't stay for 4 hours?
They did, but I didn't tell him to.
I didn't
told
ask
him he could
Ms.
leave.
Pasquarello, get this straight. They played at your wedding for 4 hours for $200. And for that, you also believe you are entitled to a video that is totally satisfactory to you. You are not entitled to that. Did you ever hear the expression, you get what you pay for?
Did you ever hear the
No,
expression?
don't ask me any
"Nothing's
questions.
free"?
That's right. Nothing is free and you get what you pay for. Case closed. Case is dismissed. That's
Parties
all.
are excused. You may step out. Yeah, this is case number 186 on the calendar in the matter of Downs versus Nagel Barnett.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have seats, huh?
First, let me advise all of you that I have no intention of going back historically into the ongoing allegations of harassment, restraining orders, etc., that exists between you two people. And I'm going to start on a particular day. And that day is back in February of 2001, when I understand from reading your complaint that all of you appeared in court. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And on that day in February, you all seem to have come to some sort of at least a temporary resolution of this ongoing harassment that each of you claim that the other is causing you. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Correct. So you're in court. You received a restraining order against him?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you have a restraining order at that time against them?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay. Everybody's shaking hands saying, we hope this whole thing will go away. And then you exit the courthouse. Is that right?
No, I didn't know, ma'am. I did not leave the courthouse yet.
Your car was parked in the parking lot.
Yes, ma'am.
And according to you, you saw the defendant's sons doing something to your car.
No, ma'am, I did not see him until after I was told that they were doing damage to my car.
Who saw it?
My son.
Step up here. Tell me your name.
Michael.
Michael. Your dad is in court. You went outside to wait for him?
No, I was in the lobby where we were getting ready to get the papers, and as I looked around the corner because I was seeing if the car was okay, the next thing you know, I saw them. They were sitting there kicking the bumper.
Who was?
Jared, Jevin, and Tyler.
These 3 boys?
Yes, ma'am.
All 3 boys?
Yes, ma'am.
Was your car parked there as well?
Yes, ma'am.
How far away from where your car was parked was the plaintiff's car parked?
Okay, the plaintiff's car was parked like in the 3rd parking space on the front of the median. My car was on the back side, about 3 cars down.
So, a good distance away from his car.
Correct.
Step up here, all 3 of you. Names.
Jared Barnett. Tyler Nagel. Jevin Barnett.
Now, I've read the answer here, and the answer says that you guys were just playing around air karate kicking. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Shh.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Why were you air karate kicking around his car?
Because we were mad because he got away with throwing a softball at my friend Tyler.
So you were mad?
Yes, ma'am.
And you left court, and you went out and found his car. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And he says you damaged the car.
I didn't.
You didn't. What about you?
I wasn't even near it.
Where were you?
About 5 feet away from me.
You were 5 feet away. You were there.
Yes, ma'am.
Were you air karate kicking the car too?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you know that they were doing that?
No.
You have photographs of the car?
Yes, ma'am.
Where were your parents when you were kicking this car?
They were just leaving.
Were
We
they
came
inside
out.
the courthouse when you went outside?
Yes, ma'am.
You went outside first.
Yes, ma'am. We were going to the car. We were going to our car.
Which car?
I was going to my car.
But you weren't going to your car.
Yes, I was.
Well, what did you stop at his car for?
We got mad, and so we just started to pretend.
When did you get mad? Between the courthouse door and the time you got to his car, tell me approximately when you got mad.
I was mad
Inside the courthouse?
Yes, ma'am.
So you didn't just get mad, you were mad before you left the courthouse.
Yes, ma'am.
And what about you? Were you mad or you just following?
I was mad too, ma'am.
What were you mad at?
For him getting away.
Getting away with doing what?
Throwing a softball at me, ma'am.
And is that what this case was about that you were in court about?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you hurt when the softball hit you?
Yes, ma'am.
Where did the softball hit you?
On my bottom lower lip on the left.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got a scar.
And what happened? Did the judge dismiss that case?
Yes.
So your sons were angry?
Yes.
You subsequently got a restraining order against them in March.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So that then there are now mutual restraining orders.
Yes, ma'am. Correct.
Okay.
Ma'am. My attorney's paralegal. I have an affidavit from her saying that she was there and seen it.
No. I only take witnesses, not affidavits.
Well, she could not be here today because she was at a case with my attorney.
That's not my problem. That's your problem. I don't take affidavits. But I believe your son, and I don't believe the fact that they were angry and they just went outside and air karate kicked it, and as a result of something else, your car got damaged. Car looks like a relatively new car. Is it a new car?
Yes, ma'am. It's a 2000 Buick Regal.
Yeah, and you get absolutely no satisfaction air karate kicking a car. You get satisfaction when you actually kick it, right, Bird?
That's right.
That's right.
Anthony Downs says 11-year-old Tyler Nagel, 11-year-old Jared Barnett, and 13-year-old Jevin Barnett vandalized his car. The children deny the charge.
So how much did it cost you to fix the car, sir? I have a lot of different bills here. Is it $500? Or
That was what we had to pay at the end. Yes, ma'am.
was your deductible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, so now we come to March 8th. You have a counterclaim. Your counterclaim says that he violated the restraining order, and that's the only thing that I'm going to hear. Somebody want to tell me about it?
We do not deny that the boys were in a place where they should not have been, but we are denying all the allegations.
Good, and I find that they kicked his car. I find that based upon several things. Quiet and listen. Okay. I don't believe them that they never came into contact with the car with their shoes or their feet. I believe that they were angry because little brother over here got hit with a ball. They felt it was his fault. Judge dismissed the case. They went outside, and little boys don't get any satisfaction air karateing a car. They get satisfaction if they actually come into contact with the car. And unless the air karate kick fairy did this damage to the car, somebody did it. So I find that they did it. Now let's move to your counterclaim, madam, which is the only thing I'm going to hear right now. Got a restraining order. You say that there was continual harassment after that.
After we filed the restraining order.
How are you related to this case?
He's suing me too because those are my children.
Which children?
This one and this one.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I was coming home from picking up my son Jared from the roller rink, and I pushed the button to open up my garage door, and he was coming from the side of my yard, down my driveway, and in front of me.
Yes.
So I called her husband because my husband was gone, and he came over, and then we called the police.
And what happened?
They went over there and talked to him, and he said that he was in bed sleeping at the time, and that there was nothing we could do because there wasn't a third party involved.
So you saw him walk from the side of your house?
Yeah.
What's next?
He was running, ma'am.
Running. What's next?
I have pictures where he was on 3 different occasions taking his children to school. I have pictures of him driving by the house where he could have taken 3 to 4 other routes, which were shorter than the one he took, but I feel he took these just to make himself known that he was there.
So he drove his children to school and he could have taken a different route and avoided going on your street. Is that what you're saying?
3
it's
or
not
4
harassment.
different
What's
routes.
next? Anything else?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't want to hear you.
I still have 2 court documents stating that there was no damage to the car.
Listen carefully to me. I find that there was damage to the car as a result of your boys kicking the car. They practically confessed. The only thing they didn't confess to was that their feet, when they were doing the karate kicks, actually came in contact with the car. I don't have to repeat it to you 20 times. They were seen doing karate kicks to the car, and there's damage to a brand new car. Should have watched them more carefully.
Ma'am.
Your counterclaim's dismissed for harassment. Listen to me. The matter was resolved as of February 16th. The only thing that I'm entertaining is the damage to your car. Listen to me very carefully. That cost you $500, right?
And a car rental.
I don't care about the car
We had to
rental.
rent a car because it was getting fixed.
Do you think that I believe that when there is an ongoing problem with harassment between 2 families, listen to me very carefully, You're not receiving. When there is ongoing problems with two families, like there is with these two families involving children, that all the adults aren't a little at fault, I believe that they're all a little at fault. The adults. All the adults.
Can I say something? The day that the restraining order took place is the day that, before this court date, they said I did this to her house.
I'm dismissing her counterclaim for harassment, sir. You have to understand that. If you listened instead of had your own thing going on in your head, you would understand that. I don't find driving down the street or coming from the side of her house harassment. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, so now you're in a receiving mode. So being in a receiving mode, I'm telling you, sir, that I believe that when there is an ongoing pattern that requires police, prosecutors, detectives, court personnel to waste their time to deal with childish behavior and adults are involved, you don't get your car rental. You got it?
But I didn't do the
But
damage.
you do get your out-of-pocket expenses for them kicking your car, which they did. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $500. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He had beaten Michael up several times.
He was found guilty of assault battery against my son, Jared.
They had me down, so I was kicking, punching, trying to get my way out of the fight.
The father should have just broke it up, had boys shaking their
Right.
hands, and go on with life.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Kettleson versus Kettleson. Step forward, please.
28-year-old cashier Jennifer Kettleson is suing her brother, 25-year-old welder Nathaniel Kettleson, for unpaid loans, the return of her belongings, and damages from an assault. Nathaniel is countersuing for storage fees.
Ms. Kettleson, the defendant is your brother. I've read your papers, your complaint, and your answer. Nowhere in the complaint or the answer do I see the need for any child witnesses, so I'm going to have Bird take this child outside.
Come on, buddy.
All right. According to what I've read, you were living in Alaska with your children. Things weren't going well there. You spoke with your brother. Your brother offered to open his house to you if you wanted to relocate from Alaska to Montana, where he lived with his family. You sold some stuff, packed up the rest, and moved in with your brother. Things did not work out. You got into a major brouhaha with him, either a week or two later. According to you, he kicked you out of the house.
Right.
You want him to pay for the following: $500, which is what you say it cost you for a motel to stay with your family. $1,400, which is the amount that you say you had to borrow for airline tickets because someone else said that you could come to stay with them in New York. A couple of $1,000 for your aggravation. In addition, you claimed that he had borrowed some money from you.
That's correct.
Several $100s, and he didn't pay you back all of the money. Right?
Correct.
Mr. Kettleson, your brother, has a counterclaim. His counterclaim is you left, and you left a whole bunch of your stuff there, and then he and his family were relocating. Because he was a nice guy, he took your stuff with him when he relocated, and the van wasn't big enough to hold his stuff, so he had to put his stuff in storage, and he wants you to pay for the storage for his stuff because he took better care of your stuff, right?
That's correct.
Are you all nuts or what? Ms. Kettleson, if you go and live with somebody, a member of your family, and things don't work out, you believe that there's a contract, and the contract existed between you and your brother to provide a home for you and your children, even if the situation became intolerable? And that's why you believe he's responsible for this $1,900 in expenses you had to move out of his house?
Your Honor, he called me up and he said that we can come down and stay with him. And he seemed very, very polite about it and everything. And he had to convince me to come down.
You're a big adult. Do you think if a living arrangement doesn't work out with a relative, you're entitled to further relocation expenses?
Yes, I do.
Wrong. I don't have to hear anymore. Forget it. That doesn't happen. And your aggravation as a result of that also doesn't happen. You take your chances. You moved from Alaska, where you weren't doing well, to Montana in the hopes that you would do better. Didn't work out, so you moved on. That's not a lawsuit. That's called unfortunate.
Your Honor, he said that he would be sending my stuff to me. I have a letter from him about that, and...
Okay, so he has some of your belongings.
Right.
Fine, let's talk about the loans first. We'll talk about the belongings second. Loans, when did you lend him money?
I lent him money on October 10th, or 18th.
How much?
$300.
Is that right?
That's correct.
Did you pay her back?
I paid $200 of that back.
You have any proof of that?
No.
She says you
I've
paid
heard
back
no testimony.
$150.
Yes.
Wasn't expecting it to go this far.
Okay. What was the next loan? When was that?
October 18th.
What were the circumstances surrounding that loan?
He brought his daughter over so I can watch her and while he went somewhere, and he asked me for $100.
Is that right?
I believe so, yes.
Did you give her back that money?
No, I did not.
Fine. So you owe her $250. That's easy. What else?
It says right here, I will get my taxes back in about 2 weeks. It should be enough to mail your stuff. What do you want me to do with the stuff that you left with Maurice? Don't worry, I am going to send all that you left there.
What kind of stuff do you have?
My computer, my belongings, my
Don't take my belongings.
Anything
Your computer.
Okay, my computer, our baby books.
There's no baby books.
Yes, there is. My kids' clothes. I have a leather jacket in there. Picture frames, beanie babies, sleeping bags, all sorts of things.
Okay. Did you send him any money to send you back that stuff?
No, he was supposed to send it with the money that he owes me.
Well, that's fine. You have all that stuff? That's all packed up?
yes.
And you owe her $250. Do you
Yes.
think it'll cost more than $250 to send it?
Far more.
How much?
It was $174 a box. She wants it insured and priority mail and everything else with it. It was basically going to round off to about $200 a box to mail
Your
her
Honor,
stuff.
when I...
Just a minute. How many boxes of stuff do you think you have?
2 boxes, about 3 feet by 3 feet by 3 feet, stuffed full.
And how much do you think that that's going to cost?
About $200 a box to mail it.
So about $400.
About $400 total to mail it.
Do you want to spend that?
No, I went to the post office in Montana and I asked him how much it is, and they said $50 for 70 pounds.
Well, I'm not going to guess how much it is to mail all your stuff back. He's not responsible to you to mail all your stuff back.
He said right here that he will. So he's
not
responsible.
No, he's not responsible for paying for it. It's your stuff. You left it there.
He owes me the money. He was
Fine, you're not, Miss Kittleson. He owes you $250. What if it costs $500 to mail back your stuff?
It doesn't. I went to the post office and it costs $50 for 70 pounds. I made sure that those 2 boxes were less than 70 pounds.
How did you make sure of that?
Because I know how much I brought down in those boxes.
Miss Kittleson, you're going to have to make arrangements for payments. The stuff is all boxed. He's prepared to turn it over to you. You have to make arrangements to get it. That's your job. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Good. In the meantime, he's going to give you the $250 that he owes you, and that may help to defray some of your costs.
He should also pay for the tickets, at least from Montana to New York.
Oh, he's not paying for that at all. I just explained that to you.
Okay, then the hotel and stuff.
He's not paying for that either.
He should have to, because it was his fault that I had to leave. He said, come on down here and stay with me. You can stay with me until you get settled. And then he...
And then there was a fight.
Yes. And
it didn't work out. So you left. No. And evidently you left not under terrible circumstances.
Oh, yes, it was.
Well, he said the next day you were babysitting for his daughter.
2 days later.
2 days later, you were babysitting for his daughter, which is when you came in. Miss Kettleson, get over it. He doesn't pay for your airfare. He doesn't pay for your hotel. He pays you the money that he owes you, which is $250, and you make arrangements to get your stuff, which is boxed, period.
I have to pay $1,349 because for my airfare ticket from Montana to New York because of the way he was to me.
No, no, no.
Yes.
No, Miss Kettleson.
$1,449. She could have rented a place to live in Montana.
Miss Kettleson, what if you decided to relocate to Paris, and the airfare to Paris is $5,000? You think you should pay $5,000?
If that's the case.
Bye. You count the suits likewise dismissed. It's nonsense.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Yeah, this is case number 203 on the calendar in the matter of Gilbert versus George. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Sir, have a seat, please.
Miss Gilbert, it is your claim that the defendant, with whom you lived for a period of time, owes you some money for charges that you allowed him to put on your credit card.
That's correct.
When did you live with the defendant?
We actually didn't live together. We were in a relationship for almost a year, beginning of September of last year.
And you say you never lived together?
No.
Just a second. I'll get to you in a minute. Did he ever stay in your home?
He did.
Who else lives in your home?
My daughter.
How old is she?
She's going to be 2 in October.
And when he stayed over in your home, did he ever stay over in your home for more than a day or 2 at a time?
Yes, he did. Sometimes it was, he was in and out of homes at the beginning of our relationship, so he stayed sometimes.
So he didn't have another permanent apartment when you first met?
That's correct.
I
stayed with his sister and me and some of his friends, different friends.
Okay. Now, at what point did you allow him to use your credit card?
After about 5 months of our relationship, we began talking seriously, and in February, the end of February of this year, he was working on a promotion and he needed to be more presentable, and because he has bad credit, he wasn't able to get any suits or anything, and I had good credit. And so he asked me to loan him some money so that he could buy suits.
And you have a credit card?
Yes, I do.
You have the February or March bill from 2001 with his purchase on it?
Yes, I do.
I'd like to see it, please.
Okay. Here's the February and March.
Thank you. There's one bill here that's underlined, March 9th, Junior Denim. What is that?
I believe the one underlined, is it Junior Denim? That would be my shorts.
Okay, so that's your bill.
Yes.
And all the rest of his, the polo stuff, ties.
Yes.
Did he pay anything towards the bill?
He paid one. The receipt is attached to the February bill. He paid in the amount of $60 in cash. And in the final arrangements of our relationship, it ended the 26th of May. We were meeting, talking about the bill at his sister's house, and he pushed me around and pulled my hair and stuff, and
stopped paying.
That's not true. If you can see, I have a restraining order against the defendant. I mean, against the plaintiff.
I've got police reports.
Okay, I don't need to look at the police report. We're not about police report. We're about shoes and ties and shirts. Okay, Mr. George, let's hear your version.
My version is I live in my apartment with my two best friends, Miles and Marshall.
I want you to listen to me.
Sorry?
I want you to look at me and speak slowly.
Okay.
You lived in your apartment.
Right, with my two best friends, Miles and Marshall. We had a nice place. When I met Lindsay, it was the first of, let me think, must have been right after we got back from Phoenix. We went to Phoenix for...
I don't care why you went to Phoenix.
For New Year's, so it was right after New Year's.
Care.
January. It was in January. Okay. So we got back. We got a place together. Okay. I moved out with them two, you know, and we got a place together.
You mean she moved out of her old apartment?
No, she moved out of her mom or her grandma's house, and I moved out of Miles and Marshall's. You know, we all three lived together. They got another apartment. I went and moved in with her. I moved in with her.
Yes.
We lived together, and I work full-time, about 50, 60 hours a week sometimes.
Yes.
She would take me to and from work, drop me off, pick me up from work most every day.
Okay.
I would just sign my paychecks over to her because we were, you know, talking about, you know, being serious enough to get married.
How much were your paychecks?
My paychecks, I bring home about almost $2,000 every 2 weeks.
That was also untrue.
Just a second. So your defense to this action is that you paid for this by turning over your paychecks to her.
Of course. My thing is I let her take care of the bills.
Show me.
I can't.
Why not?
Because I moved from Albuquerque to Phoenix, and when this case came up, I'm already living in Phoenix, so I go to the HR department at my job, and I asked them, can I get some copies of those checks where it was signed over to Lindsay Gilbert? And then they said, you know what, we can't do that for you because there's just not enough time to do that. It's a very big corporation.
He did not sign checks over to me.
Lindsay Gilbert says ex-boyfriend Tim George charged clothes on her credit card. Lindsay says she wants to be repaid.
You have the capability, Mr. George, only you, of getting proof of your defense, which is that you signed checks over to her.
Right, and
even if I believed you, sir, as of the time you separated in May, there was still an outstanding balance on this account.
I can't tell you what to do with the money that I gave you.
And it is clear that in...
It's clear you have no idea.
I'm speaking. I didn't hear what he said. Do I want to hear...
I can say it again if you want.
Do I want to hear what he said? Why don't you go have a talk with him, girl?
Okay.
Find out what kind of medication he's on.
What kind are you on?
Judgment for the plaintiff
in
the amount of $1,093.17.
You understand?
And you're just lucky, sir, that I'm not sending you out to be tested because either you are drunk, high, or stupid. Pick one. That's all.
Why is our excuse? You may step out.
Whenever we were together, I moved out of her house because she was real violent.
Not true.
I've always wanted to get up there and tell Judge Judy what I thought, so today I got to do it.
Never, ever trust a guy with my...
And now the next case.
All parties on Terrell versus Marlowe. Step forward, please.
64-year-old Mildred Terrell is suing her ex-granddaughter-in-law, 24-year-old daycare worker Love Marlowe, for destroying her furniture.
Miss Terrell, according to your complaint, the defendant married your grandson. Is that right?
Yes.
And there came a time when they were having difficulty paying rent, so you all decided to rent a place together. And you moved in to the place with them.
Yes.
And when you moved into this new place, according to you, you brought some furniture with you.
I brought everything.
All your furniture?
All my furniture, all the dishes, everything in the house was mine.
And then there came a time when your grandson left the defendant.
I moved out before then because of trouble that was going on. And as soon as he was able to take care, he had had surgery on his shoulder, and as soon as he was capable of taking care of the baby, I did move.
They have a baby?
Yes.
How old is the baby?
18 months.
And when you moved out, did you take your things with you?
Only thing I took with me was my bed, an end table, and a chair, and my TV, and a few dishes, and a couple of pants. That's all I took. I didn't want to take everything and leave them with an empty house, because that's what it would have been. Sheets and everything were mine.
And when did your grandson leave?
They were having trouble with the house. Not only the rent, but other personal problems they were having. They moved out into their apartment, and they were there, I'd say,
Now, when
2
they
months.
moved out and went into this yet another rental property, did they take all the things with them?
Yes, I told them they could borrow until they got their own.
What did they take with them?
They took my couch. I have a list here, Your Honor.
Let me take a look at the list. VCR, a couch, a lazy boy recliner, vacuum cleaner, some VHS movies, a rug, 3 end tables, a coffee table, a king-size bed, and miscellaneous stuff, linens and dishes, a dresser, those things you said they could take with them. And when did your grandson leave?
Right around the first week in January.
And where did he go? Do you know?
He came to my apartment, was there 3 or 4 days until the harassment got so bad by Love Marlowe and her family that he went to his mother's. And then he was there a while.
And where was the baby?
With him.
Where is the baby now?
With me.
She has temporary joint conservatorship of him now.
Now, when he left and came back to you for a short period of time, did he bring any of these items?
No, he didn't get out of the house with anything but the clothes on his back.
And the baby?
She took his socks, his underwear, she kept everything.
Okay, all right.
And Your
So
Honor,
what's your suit? Just a second.
and one of the times when she was there,
No.
I had a criminal trespass.
How long was your great-grandson with your grandson? Until when?
April 23rd.
Is that when a court granted you temporary conservatorship of the boy?
Yes, ma'am.
And how often does your husband see the boy?
Every other weekend.
Okay. Now, tell me what happened with all this property.
Okay, well, when we lived in Cleveland, Texas, when she lived with us...
we lived together.
We...
Don't interrupt her.
We did not get along because...
I don't care why you didn't get along. I'm asking you what happened to the property.
She moved out. She left it all there. She said she didn't want it. You know, we could have it. Well, of course, you know, we took everything that was in the house to our apartment because it was given to us. It was ours. Then me and Andy were not getting along, so he went to his grandma's. Well, I went over there, and he told me he was going to take off with my son, that I was never going to see my son again. So I went to go get a lawyer. I came back. He told me that I could come in to see Josh in her house. So I did. As soon as I went into the apartment to go see my son, she was standing out there and she waved the cops over as soon as I walked in. Well, the only thing that I wanted to do was get my son and get out of her apartment, go back to my apartment, which is just right across the way. Anyway, well then she told the police officer that I had hit her. I never laid a hand on her. Never.
What'd you go there to take your son for? I thought you went there to visit with him.
Well, I wanted to take my son out of her apartment
and go into my apartment. And he wouldn't let me leave the apartment and go back to my apartment.
With your son?
With my son, exactly.
Well, but you had no right to him at that point. You had no more right to him than your husband had.
Well, I mean, the only thing I wanted to do was just go into my apartment instead of stay there with her.
No, you wanted to take your son.
Well,
do you understand? You went there under the pretext of coming to visit him. But it was your plan to go and take him and then take him into your apartment. That's what you just said to me.
No, ma'am, I just wanted, the only thing I asked Andy is that if I could visit him, that I wasn't going to go nowhere with him, that I could just visit with him in my apartment instead of being there in her apartment.
Yeah, but you didn't intend to give him back.
I wasn't going to take Josh nowhere.
No, but you weren't going to give him back. You were going to keep him in your apartment.
Well, Andy could have, come over there or whatever. I didn't
Right,
care.
I got it. Now, when you left, what arrangements did you make to get your things?
As soon as they could replace it, I wanted my things back.
What happens if she can't replace them?
Well, I'm sure they could, one piece at a time. Your Honor, why would I, at my age, walk out of a house with a chair and a bed, you know, after I'd worked so hard to get all of it?
I don't know. When you moved back to Texas,
I have copies of pawn tickets where she pawned my stuff.
Did you pawn some of her property?
The movies were mine and Andy's. The VCR Andy had before we got together, and it was Andy's. And the only reason that I had pawned anything because I had to get a lawyer so I could get my son back, because Andy took my son and was gone for 6 weeks and 5 days, and I had no idea if I was ever going to see my baby again.
What does that have to do with my furniture?
Okay. Where are the 3 end tables?
I don't know what she's talking about there. I have no idea.
Is there a king-size bed?
There was, and when Andy come and got the kitchen table and his TV, he threw the bed in the dumpster.
Because there were men's underpants laying on top of the bed and men's shirt on the floor. There were stains on the bed, and I said, I don't want the nasty thing. Throw it in the trash.
You're talking about the mattress?
Yes. So we threw it in the trash.
Okay. Then you can't get reimbursed for it.
Well,
you threw it in the trash.
It wasn't that way before, Your Honor.
Who knows? You haven't seen it for a year.
I saw it before Andy left, and I know it wasn't that way. And I know there was men's underpants and his clothes laying on it that weren't my grandson's.
You can't become emotional about that and expect to be reimbursed for it.
That's fine.
Ms. Terrell, the truth of the matter is, you said to both your grandson and his wife, take this furniture, use it for as long as you need it. As you can replace it, if you said that, as you can replace it, I would like it back.
Yeah.
But there is a strong likelihood that they could never replace it, and you are not going to see this furniture again.
Well, I'm sure sooner or later they
Well,
would
sooner or
replace
later,
it.
then you get a mattress back that's a little bit stained.
Not from other men.
You don't know that. Did you do a DNA test on the mattress?
No, it certainly wasn't
All
Andy's
right.
underpants
So we don't
on the
know
bed.
that. So we don't know that. And I'm not testing your grandson's bed either. That's not my job. All right. You have her couch and you have her recliner. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
She has
You're
the
gonna-
rug. It was in Rhonda's house the last I heard.
Who's Rhonda?
This lady's standing right here.
You have her rug?
Yes, ma'am.
What are you doing with her rug?
Well, I thought it was Love's, and she told me I could borrow it.
Is it in good shape?
Yeah.
Right. Fine. So we have your rug, your couch, and the Lazy Boy recliner. Those are really the big items here.
All the
Good.
movies, Your Honor.
Oh, I'm not going to go into 104 movies. I don't know why you would leave them with 104 movies anyway.
Well, because they didn't have cable. They
Give
didn't
them
have
one,
anything.
give them one at
and
a
that's all
time.
they
Give them
could
one
do.
at a time. I cannot be a divorce lawyer because he's not here, and I can't question him
you
as
can
to whether
call
or
him.
not. What?
He sent a number if you'd like to call him.
I'm not calling him. I'm not doing your evidence for you.
No, his lawyer, really, Your Honor, his lawyer advised him not to be here.
Well, that's fine.
To
So I
not
have to
to
take
argue
things
with Love.
So I have to find things here that everyone almost agrees on, and that is a couch, a recliner, and a rug. Those things I know about.
Vacuum cleaner.
You were without a vacuum cleaner for a year?
Until I bought another one.
Well, so you have one.
It was a brand new one she took.
No, you gave it to the kids to use.
That's
to use.
not giving. I loaned
No, you.
it.
I got you. Ms. Terrell, I'm following where you're coming from, madam.
Well,
I don't think
ma'am,
you're
I didn't
following
give it
where
to
I'm
her.
coming from.
Yes,
Where
ma'am.
I'm coming from is I have children and I have grandchildren, and if you have extra stuff, even if you have stuff that's not extra additional, you say, you don't have anything, kids, here, use this. If you can replace it one day, terrific, I would like it back. Because there's no bargaining
But you
with
don't
children.
Let it go on forever. Till it's worn out,
Sometimes
and
you
they'll
do.
give it back.
Sometimes you do. And Ms. Terrell, I'm going to tell you this. In my view, if your grandson left, set up an apartment, had been awarded permanent custody of his child, and needed the couch and the recliner and the rug and the vacuum cleaner and brought it to his house, you would not be standing here today.
Yes, ma'am, I would.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would.
No, Miss Terrell, you would not. What I'm doing is I'm directing you. Within 5 days, the couch, don't make any additional stains on the couch. Don't vandalize it in any way. The lazy boy recliner and the rug, which is to go back to her house, post haste. 5 days, the court will draft an order.
How about my end tables and so forth?
She doesn't have them. She doesn't know what you're talking about. Listen, you never know what's going to happen in the future. You have every confidence that your grandson is going to get custody of his child. That may happen. It may not happen. All I'm telling you is don't antagonize the situation any further, because it's nice to have a reasonable relationship with the custodial parent of your grandchild or your great-grandchild, and to make a big deal over 3 end tables at your stage in life is nothing short of being very short-sighted. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Yeah, this is case number 115 on the calendar in the matter of Taylor versus Jones. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Gentlemen, have seats, please.
It is clear that you two ladies are neighbors from the complaint and answer that I've read, and it is your claim, Miss Taylor, that the defendant assaulted you over the way your car was parked. She says that she was defending herself after you sprayed her with mace. So I'd like you to explain to me what kind of housing complex you live in.
It's an apartment housing complex, low income. Here's some pictures of my...
I want to see where the cars are parked, because this...
This is how the cars were exactly parked.
Let me see, please.
My car is back here. This is hers, and this is her boyfriend's.
Okay, let me see. Okay, yours is the blue car.
Yes.
And when was this picture taken?
That was like a month after. That was on the 12th, May 12th.
But it's not the date of the incident?
No, ma'am.
Now, according to your complaint, the defendant, who I assume you've had difficulty with before, came to your house one morning and asked you to move your car because your car was parked so close to her car she couldn't get her car out.
Yeah.
And what time did she come to the house?
Around 9 o'clock in the morning, banging at my door.
And what did she say when she came to your door?
When I came to the door, she was hollering about me moving my car so she can get out, or whatever the case was. And
no, not whatever the case was. Moving your car so that she could get her car out.
So she could get out, yes.
Okay.
She was hollering.
Now, when had you parked your car?
When? The night before that, when I got in.
Was her car there?
Yes.
How close did you park your car to her car?
About that close. I had to parallel park.
Well, this shows that there's plenty of space for her to get out.
Like you said, we've
Were
had
you on
problems.
her bumper? Were you
No.
on her bumper?
No.
Was she on your bumper?
Yes, she was.
Of course you were on her bumper, otherwise she wouldn't have come to your house. She was trying to get to work.
Okay.
Why would she come to your house if you weren't on her bumper? Right? Come on. You have to use common sense, Miss Taylor.
Okay.
Okay? And the fact that you didn't want to move your car, or that you've been having difficulty with her, nobody takes the time to go to your house in the morning and say, move your car, get angry, unless there's a reason that you can't move a car.
May I say something, ma'am?
Yeah.
I went to get my keys to move my car.
Just a minute. She comes to the door, move your car, and you said what to her?
I have to go and get... I didn't say anything. I was going upstairs. Okay, I was going upstairs, and I'm getting my keys.
Did you say anything to her?
I said okay, and went upstairs to get my keys.
Okay, go ahead.
My mace is on my keys. I went to get my keys, and I looked outside, and she was, well, I heard, when I was going upstairs, I heard her say she was going to move, she was going to hit my car. I looked outside, and I see she was doing a U-turn to get up on my bumper. I called the police, told them, she said she's going to move my car.
Just a second. She was doing a U-turn?
Yes, because her boyfriend pulled his car out by that time. I told the police, and it's in my police report, she said she's going to hit my car, quote. When I was saying that, she went around, made a U-turn, and she hit my car. I told her she just hit my car, I'm going out there. I went out there to make sure it wasn't any damages. It wasn't no damages. She was hollering, we were arguing. It was cold outside. I told her, I'm not going to be out here arguing with you. It's cold. I have on my night clothes. I'm sleepy. I'm just going to pay you dust. She was still arguing, following me up to my door, which is around the corner, and hers is right here. She's following me up to my door. She's still arguing and hollering or whatever.
What was she saying to you?
Telling me I'm getting on her nerves because wait a minute. Well, you got the picture. She always parked by that pole. When I park by that pole, she just, I don't know, she don't like it because that's her, quote unquote, that's her spot, that's her pole. She has said it before, that is her pole. So when I park by that pole, I just get on her nerves when I do that. When I park on the street, because I usually park in the parking lot, she just get on my nerves. I park in the parking lot in the wintertime and park on the street in the summertime. I just get on her nerves. So I guess that just ticked her off.
Go ahead.
She came up on my porch, she was calling me B's and H's or whatever the case, so I called her too. You know, and I'm like, you know what, forget it. You've been wanting me to sit out here and argue with her since 3 years that I've been living there. She wanted me to go out there and argue with her, and I never did. I paid her dust. Didn't even speak to her too many times. So I'm just like, I'm not gonna even go through with this. I'm going back to bed. It's cold, I gotta go to work. She come up to me and she swing on me. So I have my mace in my hand anyway, so I spray it with mace. She grabbed my coat.
Just a second. You said she swung on you. Exactly what did she do?
Well, in other words, she hit me with a clothes fist. She swung her
Where?
clothes. When she came up, when I was going in the house.
Where on your body did she hit you with a clothes?
In my face, right here.
Okay. So what did you do?
I sprayed her with mace. While I was spraying her with mace, I don't know if her boyfriend was trying to grab her or whatever, but he was right there on the porch as well. And there was a stick around in the vicinity or whatever. She threw my coat on the ground, and I go to pick up my coat. She picked up the stick. She tried to hit me in my face with the stick. I blocked it with my hand and grabbed it with this hand. Then her boyfriend grabbed me and just like turned me around, and I went in the house.
Did she hit you with the stick?
Yes.
Where?
On my hand. She hit my hand.
Did you have any injuries?
Yes.
What were your injuries?
My finger was broke. I couldn't work for like 2 months.
Let me see the report.
That's the report and the medical bills. Here's my x-rays.
And now I need the police report.
You only need the police?
And now I need the police report.
That's my police report.
Good.
Police report. X-rays. Now.
Okay, now I'll hear your version of the story.
Hi. Okay, Your Honor, what happened was that morning I had just got up to get ready to go to work. So I was sitting up watching my gospel like I usually do on Sunday mornings. So I looked out the window and I seen her car on my bumper. Now, we've been feuding for 2 years. Okay, I have a 7-year-old son that I have to get up every morning at 6:30 and send him to school. She don't have any kids. She plays her TV all night long. She have a dog that barks all night long. Every time when I go to her door and try to talk to her and I say, could you please turn your TV down? She turns it up even louder.
So you haven't been getting along. You looked outside the window.
Okay.
I looked March
outside.
25th and you saw her car on your bumper.
I looked outside. I seen her car was on my bumper. So I said, by her being the way she is when I go try to talk to her, I said, I'm not going there with Juanita today. So what happened was I sat there, and then I looked at my watch, and I seen it was getting close time for me to go to work. So I went around there, and I knocked at her door. I said, could you move your car off my bumper? She said, I ain't moving. And that's when she slammed the door in my face and went on upstairs. Okay, I left from her door. So then I went on in the house, thinking maybe she'd come and move the car. I sat there for a while. She never came to move it. So then what I did, I went back around to her house. I knocked at her door again. That's when she came outside. She sprayed me. Okay, me and her, we passed words. She sprayed me with mace first, before I even attempt to do anything to her.
It's not what you say in your complaint, in your answer.
She sprayed me.
No. Pay attention.
Juanita Taylor says neighbor Deborah Jones assaulted her. Deborah says Juanita sprayed her with mace.
It's not what you say in your answer, Miss Jones. You just testified that you went to her house once, and then you went back to your house and waited to see if she would move the car. You went back to her house again. She opened the door and sprayed you with mace.
Right.
Is that what you just told me?
That's right.
Well, I'm going to read to you what you wrote in your answer. She refused to move her car and we started arguing. I walked away from her. Then she followed me around the building. The next thing I knew, she sprayed my eyes with mace. That's what you wrote in your answer. That's different from what you just told me.
Well, what happened, Your Honor, I left her house. When we got into a fight, that's when she followed me around the building. What I meant to say is, after she maced me, She followed me around the building.
No.
Okay.
So what you're telling me is she opened the door.
She opened the door.
She sprayed you with mace.
Yes, she did.
And you just walked away.
In my nightgown.
Wait a minute.
Quiet. And you just walked away.
Okay, what happened, Your Honor? When she sprayed me and her got to tussling, and I pulled her around the building, trying to defend myself. That's what happened.
Where'd you get the stick from?
Huh?
Where'd you get the stick
It was
from?
on the ground. She was macing me. I was defending myself to keep her from hurting me.
Why didn't you have your boyfriend move his car?
What happened was, he tried to move his car, Your Honor, but what happened, his battery had went down on his car.
But he got his battery fixed.
Huh?
Somehow it got fixed because he did move his car.
You know how it got fixed?
I'm
Okay.
asking you a question. Somehow it got fixed because he moved his car.
What he did was, once she moved her car, he went and bought some cables. And
When did she move her car?
What'd you say?
When did she move her car?
She moved her car after the policemen got there.
That's true. I was telling them she was on my bumper, and I was giving them a small version of the story. They told me to go on and move my car up. I went back outside with my nightgown on when I saw the police coming. The only thing she said was true, was that I did move my car up and the stick was on the ground.
Where did you buy the mace?
Kmart. We need a license. We can't have pepper spray up into a certain degree. I've looked into all of this.
You bought it at Kmart?
Yes.
But when I'm
Look
saying,
at it.
Your Honor, she
It's not
maced
nothing.
me first. If
Look
she
at it.
would have moved
Here are
her
my keys
car
right here.
like I asked her to, none of this would have even started.
There's no question in my mind. Listen to me, Miss Jones. There isn't a question in my mind that Miss Taylor pulled her car up on your bumper. The two of you have been feuding for a long time. You went to her house in the morning. You were angry. There also isn't a question in my mind, Miss Taylor, that you answered her when she said, move your car, and she didn't say it in a very nice way, would you please move your car? But you also said to her, I'm not moving anything. The only reason you went outside was because she threatened to hit your car. You watched her. You saw that she did, in fact, hit your car, even though it was no damage, so you went outside. You should have moved your car.
May I say something before you go back?
Sure.
We have had problems constantly.
What are the problems, Miss Taylor?
My TV being up too loud, my music being on when I'm not even home. Again, I work third shift. She would say I'll play my music late.
Is it possible, Miss Taylor, that you're playing your television too loud? I just want you to think carefully. Is it possible?
Ma'am, I work third shift. No, it's not.
Has she asked you to turn it down?
She's asked me to turn everything down.
Okay. Is it possible that she hears these things through the walls of the apartment?
Your Honor, we've had conversations through the wall. She's complained about my water. She's complained about my bath water running too loud. I come home when I'm not working the full shift. I come home 3 o'clock in the morning running bath water. I hear her over there cussing and fussing. She's too loud over there. I'm coming home running a bath water. She has sent police over to my house when I have not even been there. He has been there for just silly reasons. He would tell me the police just left. Well, what are you doing? I just got in, and they're asking for the lease owner.
You think she's got nothing better to do?
I don't think so, because she's heard conversations. She has heard a conversation going on between me and my best friend, and now we cuss to each other, and I be on the phone, my windows will be open or whatever, and we talk about each other. She has sat there. A neighbor came to me and told me, well, number one, how do I know that you were... Okay, well, they have come to me and told me things that I've said on the phone.
Miss Taylor? Okay. Let's start on the 24th of March. The 24th of March, you did a very foolish thing. Knowing that you had, and that you were in a rather acrimonious relationship with your neighbor, you exacerbated that situation by pulling your car right up to the bumper of her car. There's no question in my mind that you did that.
Okay.
Because despite the fact that she may be angry, she's on her way to work. She's not going to take the time to go out, come up to you, start an argument, if she could get her car out without doing that. So she came up to your house. I'm speaking now. Okay. So you did a foolish thing because the two of you really don't like each other. And you don't really like each other, then what you're supposed to do is stay as far away as possible. And that may mean even parking your car someplace else, but certainly not parking your car right up on her bumper, which makes everybody very angry. Doesn't that make you angry? I'm speaking.
Okay.
Doesn't it make you angry when somebody parks up on your bumper?
Yeah.
It makes me really angry if somebody parks up on my bumper and I can't get out. Number two, I also believe that you had absolutely no intention of moving your car at the time that she came screaming at your door at 9 o'clock in the morning to move your car because you don't like her and you figured let her sweat for a while. And the only reason you went outside was because you heard her say she was going to hit your car. Now, there is never a way that I am going to be able to tell who sprayed who with mace first and who hit who with a stick first. Certainly.
Your Honor, she hit me with a closed fist first.
She
then
sprayed me
this
first.
is how it went.
David is
She
the
hit me with a
witness.
closed. If she hit me
was
with a
there.
If
Were
I
you there,
sprayed her,
David?
then how
was
did
there.
she hit?
Step up, please.
It was just me, her, and David.
How you doing,
I don't
Your
know
Honor?
who he
Just
is.
a second.
He wasn't there.
I don't want to
Your
hear
Honor.
anything.
No, he was not there.
Quiet.
Okay.
You were there.
Yes, ma'am, I was there.
Okay. How long have you been living in this apartment?
Oh, I don't live there.
You were just there that night.
Yes. The battery in my car had went down, so I left my car there. I came back over the next morning and asked Deborah, could she give me a jump? She didn't have no cables. So what it was, I pushed my car back. She never did come out to move her car, period. I pushed my car back, took her car, went up to the power store and got some jumper cables. Came back, her car was still in the same place. I pulled, by me pushing my car back.
I just want to hear what
If I
happened.
didn't
What,
put-
if anything, that you saw
Well, I
involving
saw-
these two? Now, look at me. I want you to tell me what you saw. Make sure, sir, that you tell me only what you saw.
Okay. When she knocked on the door, she come down, and when she come down, she had some keys in her hand. Then we standing out on the porch. They're arguing. Next thing I know, I see her do this. And that's when they started fighting.
Your Honor,
I broke the fight up.
if I may, if it was a big deal when she went out and looked at the car, she could have sent the police over to my house like she did all those other nights.
No, I
of
didn't
calling.
call
You
her.
could have
speak
called
to
the police.
Don't speak to each other. Sit
Your
down.
Honor,
Sit
she
down.
could have called the
I
police
think
and
that you
told
both
her.
behaved. I
told
think that
them.
you both behaved badly. I think what you should have done, Miss Jones, is call the police.
Yeah.
That's what you should have done. I believe that you were both injured. The fact that you had a graver injury than she did, which was you had a broken finger as a result of being hit with a stick. She did not hit you with that stick until after you maced her, which are the injuries that you are complaining about. Now, you could have taken care of the situation before it even started by
No, I
not
could
doing.
not.
You're
There was no
interrupting.
way.
You're
I'm
interrupting
sorry.
me. Oh no, you could have taken care of the situation before it even started by not parking in a situation where you knew you were going to exacerbate an already hostile relationship with the defendant. You chose the night before, when you parked, to park, and you said to me her car was parked there. It wasn't as if her car came in after your car was parked. Her car was parked there. You chose to park your car in such a way that she could not get out. Now, the fact that she came to your door the next morning, she may have asked you to move your car. I believe that you had no intention of moving your car. You're angry with her, you're annoyed at her, and you didn't like her attitude.
Your Honor, her
I'm
car is-
speaking! Now, there was a mutual assault. You just got hurt worse. Your case is dismissed.
Parties are excused. You may found in the matter of Hadley versus Nieves Pinch. You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Sir, have a seat, please.
Who is Mr. Nieves?
I'm Mr. Nieves.
Miss Hadley, according to the complaint that I've read, you and Mr. Nieves had been friends for quite a long time. And there came a point when you were having difficulty with your boyfriend, and he moved out of the home that you were sharing together. So you asked Mr. Nieves if you could live with him.
Right.
And Mr. Nieves was living with Mr. Pinch. And they said, yes, come and live with us.
Yes.
Are you frightened?
A little bit.
Are you nervous?
Yeah.
Okay. Then, according to you, an incident occurred, which we'll get into in a minute. You went into the hospital for a while. When you came out, you found that they had packed your stuff and moved you out.
Correct.
And you claim kept some of your stuff. They either had or sold or destroyed. The defendants have a counterclaim, which I have a sense you would not have pursued but for this lawsuit. Is that right?
Exactly.
But you were pretty annoyed that after what you perceived to be your kindness, she has the audacity to sue you. So now you are counterclaiming for things like loss of your security deposit because of this incident that we're going to get into, some rent, expenses, some bills. All right. Why did you and your boyfriend separate?
We were just having a lot of problems because I was an emotional wreck. I was trying to deal with my mother's death. I wasn't working at the time. I was just having a lot of problems.
Did he move out or did you move out?
I kicked him out.
And then you couldn't afford the apartment yourself?
Right.
Now, when you came to move in with the defendants, I understand that you started to invite the boyfriend over.
Yes, and I did ask if they minded if he came over, and they said no.
But according to your papers, there was still a lot of arguing going on between you and your boyfriend.
Correct. We were trying to work things out.
In their house?
Correct.
Is this the boyfriend?
Yes.
So you left your house where you were arguing with your boyfriend, you moved into their house and you were arguing with your boyfriend, and then on a particular day an incident occurred. You want to tell me what happened?
I had enough. I had a nervous breakdown, and I stabbed myself.
Where did you stab yourself?
In the leg.
Stabbed yourself in the leg to make a point to your boyfriend?
Correct.
And you did that on the carpet?
Right.
What color carpet was it?
Tan.
And what did you try to do in order to get out the stains, the blood stains?
They had some carpet cleaner stuff, or what I thought was carpet cleaner, and I sprayed it on the floor and didn't realize that it had bleach in it.
So it ruined the carpet?
Correct. One little spot.
Okay. Now, after the stabbing incident, you went to the hospital. Just the first time you had stabbed yourself? How long were you in the hospital?
Overnight.
When you left the hospital, where did you go?
To their house to get some clothes.
And where were you going to go from there?
To my sister's for a couple of days.
And what happened when you went to their house?
I had seen there were a few things, when I went inside, there were a few things in the hallway, and Jason had told me that Edwin had put them outside and he brought them back in because it was raining.
So you took some clothes?
Yes.
And you said, I'll come back for the rest of this stuff later?
Right.
Is that what you said?
Yes.
And you went to your sister's house? How long did you stay in your sister's house?
One night.
And then where did you go?
I came back to get my things, and they were all outside.
What things are you talking about?
I had a whole apartment worth of stuff.
Like what?
Valuables that my mother had given me. I had her.
Give me an example.
Her jewelry, I had her hair, I had her clothes, plus my things, my clothes, my shoes, my bed, mattresses, blankets, everything.
You moved in with a bed?
Yes.
Where's the bed?
The bed's in
At
the
our
house.
house.
We have the pictures of the bed at the house right now.
At your house? And she's welcome to have that?
Yeah.
Why would I want it after it sat in the rain for several hours, which I have the pictures of it sitting in the rain and it's all wet?
We have
pictures of it that it's perfectly fine.
What kind of bed is it? Wood bed?
It was a wood bed.
It doesn't get destroyed in a couple of hours.
But that's not the point. The mattresses are going to be ruined. They're going to smell like mildew. You can't wash mattresses.
Did you go and look at them?
No, I haven't even spoken to them.
Well, you should. Now, Mr. Nieves, what property of Miss Hadley's do you have in your house?
Her teddy bears, we have plates. We got some pictures if you want to see them.
Can I see them, please?
We have Christmas ornaments. We have her makeup still in our house. Like, little
We have her
things.
CDs, we have her cordless phone, we have her curtains.
Curling iron, hair dryer.
Where's the list? Yeah, this is a list of everything that we have.
Okay, can I see it, please? Now, there were some items that you say you did give to Salvation Army, or?
Right, after we put the stuff outside, it had started to rain, and she came with a truck to pick it up and didn't take any of the stuff that was outside.
It was ruined.
It was not ruined. It started to rain maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then we brought it back inside. And it was inside plastic bags, inside boxes, and it was fine. We put it downstairs in the basement, and then for
a few
2.5 months, we tried to
Your Honor,
contact
my
her.
witness seen this.
I'm going to interrupt.
We called her sisters several times. She never called us back. She never came to see if her stuff was ruined or not. She never opened bags when it was outside. We had to sign a new lease because we had new landlords, and part of the lease was that we had to get rid of the stuff. And after 2.5 months, we would assume that the property was abandoned after that long of time, so.
You did, in fact, take some of the stuff upstairs.
Right.
Yeah.
You have 4 small plates, 4 big plates, 3 smaller plates, 6 cups, a curling iron, blow dryer, candlestick holders, picture frames, 2 phones, movies, 5 CDs, teddy bears, makeup in a box, bed set, curtains, Christmas ornaments, and your books. Now, why didn't you go over and get these things?
They were sitting in the rain, and I'm not going to take. The boxes were ruined. They were wet. They were soggy. I could not pick them up and take them.
just pay attention, Miss Hadley. The day that you brought the truck over, why didn't you take your things?
We didn't have an actual truck. We had a little Jimmy SUV that belonged to Carrie.
Yes.
And Carrie had her stuff in there, plus she was trying to fit our stuff.
Who's Carrie?
Carrie is the chairperson for USA Boxing. She's my sister's trainer, and she's very close to our family.
Just a minute. So you didn't bring an empty truck over there?
No.
Why not?
Because Carrie's stuff was in there, because we came straight from the gym.
And where were you taking her stuff?
Nowhere. It's Carrie's truck. Carrie decided to leave her stuff in her truck. That's her business.
Well, why didn't she take her stuff out?
I don't know why
I'm speaking to you. Why didn't you take her stuff out for a couple of hours so that you could go and pick up your things?
I don't know why she didn't take her stuff out.
Why didn't you ask her?
Because Carrie's just her own person.
Who's supposed to take care of you? You're supposed to take care of you. Rent a U-Haul it.
With what license?
Miss Hadley, you got it?
Oh, yeah.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Andrea Hadley says ex-roommates Edwin Nieves and Jason Pinch damaged her property by leaving it out in the rain. Edwin and Jason say Andrea ruined their carpet when she stabbed herself in the leg.
All right. Let me hear about your counterclaim.
The counterclaim's about the rugs.
I assume the counterclaim was mainly about the rugs.
Yeah.
The rugs belong to the landlord?
Yeah, but we had to pay for any damages. Like in the lease, it says any damages done to the apartment, we have to pay for it out of our own pocket to try to like fix it up and make the apartment better.
Can I see
we have the
pictures?
The dates are on the back. It was the week of the 6th. She tried to clean the rugs out with bleach, which made blood stains worse. It made a ring around them. It didn't.
Got it.
Yeah.
Now, do you have any proof that you forfeited your security deposit because of the rugs?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd like
This
to
is
see
our
it.
original lease saying that we paid them $550. And this is the new one in the receipt saying that we had to pay it again July 1st.
Yeah, we actually had to come up with another $550 because you had to like re-sign the lease and do it.
So what it really cost you out of pocket was $550, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Miss Hadley, I suggest that you get your sister to rent a U-Haul it and go and pick up all the things that they have waiting for you over at the house. You can do that within 5 days of today's date.
Would you like to see my photos of my stuff sitting outside?
No. Should have taken it. That was your responsibility.
My sister does not have a license.
Well, how was she driving a Jimmy truck?
She wasn't. Carrie was driving.
So then let Carrie rent a truck.
It's not Carrie's responsibility. She's not my mother.
It's yours. It's your responsibility. I don't care how you do it. It's not their responsibility. They're not your mother either.
We told them that we would be there at 8 o'clock. We were there at 8:02, and my things were sitting outside and had been sitting outside for several hours. And you can see it right in the pictures. You can see the rain that has been soaked into the boxes and so forth.
That's because, Your Honor, when she came home from the hospital and 2 boxes were packed, she went ballistic because we had packed up the stuff and threatened to burn our house down, break our stuff, and said she was going to break into the house and break it. And I have a statement from my friend Hannah that was there.
She was psychologically fragile at that time.
Yeah, when she did come to with Carrie with the truck, we had a police escort her through the house to make sure that nothing
No, we had to call the police
don't
because
interrupt.
you weren't going to let us in.
Don't interrupt.
Exactly, because all of your stuff was outside.
Yeah, we had a police escort her through the house because we didn't want her to come in the house because she was threatening us. She was threatening to break the things in the house. So with the police officer coming through the house, we had her like go through the rooms, get whatever she had in the house, and then she left.
So your claim is dismissed. You pick up your stuff. I will cut an order that you can pick up all the things on that list within 5 days. Your request for a monetary award is denied. On your counterclaim, however, on your counterclaim, however, I am awarding you $500, and that's because that's what it will probably cost to replace the carpeting that she purposefully, despite the fact that it was probably an episode, a psychiatric episode, she caused damage to your property. So these people were trying to be nice to you, Miss Hadley. That's what they were trying to do.
No,
you don't
actually,
sue
they
people.
weren't.
You don't sue people because they're trying to be
I'm
nice to you.
not trying to sue them because of I want their money. I'm suing them because of the emotional.
You may step out.
What they did was wrong.
There was blood stains on the carpet. She wasn't apologetic for anything.
If somebody's your friend, you don't tell them to move in and then you throw them out.
I let her come in, I let her stay there, and like she took advantage.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Sponsel versus Wilson. Step forward, please.
22-year-old student Kimberly Sponsel is suing 23-year-old restaurant hostess Rachel Wilson for a cracked windshield. Kimberly claims a drunken Rachel jumped on the hood of her car.
Ms. Sponsel, on the 9th day of June of this year, you're driving home?
Yes.
And it's about 2 o'clock in the morning.
2:15, yeah.
And all of a sudden, the defendant lands on the windshield of your car, breaking your car window. You want her to pay for it?
Yes.
She says it's not her fault.
Correct.
Explain it to me.
One night, one friend, one bar. Over the course of, I was at a bar one night, and over the course of 3 hours and 20 minutes, I had 2 drinks and 2 shots. He had 2 beers and 2 shots. We left our drinks unattended quite a bit and went out to smoke cigarettes several times, came back to the bar, finished our drinks. They called last call. We're exiting the bar. And as I am walking up the stairs, boom, blackness. I blacked out completely. He recalls telling me to...
Don't tell me what he recalled telling you. Don't tell me what anybody else
I
told
don't
you.
remember anything then. From that moment, I woke up elsewhere. So.
Where did you wake up?
In jail.
So you don't recall what happened?
I believe, I know this is me believing, that I think somebody put something in my drink. I know how to drink. I have drinking for a long time. I know what I can handle, and through no fault of my own, I was drugged.
What were you charged with?
Public drunkenness, which I was already tried for in court and pled no contest. And then vandalism.
Okay. So you were tried.
Right.
You pled no contest, which is a plea of guilty. I'm sure the judge explained that to you.
I
Plead
figured
no
I was
contest.
damned if I do and damned if I don't.
Just follow my questions.
I'm following you.
You pled no contest, which I am sure the judge told you was the same as a plea of guilty.
No, neither did the public defender make me aware of that.
Well, what happened as a result of your pleading no contest?
I paid $175.
So you paid a fine.
Right.
Well, they didn't make you pay a fine unless you were found guilty of something.
Right.
We just don't do that to people
I'm
in this
kind of
country.
confused, though, because whatever went down, apparently the police came, handled me. I went to jail. They claimed I was drunk. They gave me no BAC. There's no indication as to how intoxicated I was. They were just going on the fact that my speech was slurred and my eyes were blurry.
You pled no contest.
What should I have said? I wasn't being tried for vandalism. I was being tried for...
You should have said, I'm not guilty. You prove that I'm guilty of public intoxication. Show me a breathalyzer test. Show me a blood test. I'm not guilty. I was not drunk. But instead of pleading not guilty, you pled in effect. I can't answer these charges. And if I went to trial, I would more likely than not be found guilty. I'll plead no contest. I'll pay my fine. Now describe to me what happened at 2:15 in the morning as you're driving home.
I turned onto a street which had freeway access, and I saw the defendant in the middle of the road, and she was cursing and staggering her out. She looked obviously intoxicated to me, but...
Was she with anyone?
No, she was by herself in the middle of the road.
She was in the middle of the road?
In the middle of the road.
So what did you do?
I was stopped, and I was kind of just watching her because I couldn't move. And then as traffic started moving, she came closer to my car. So I was kind of edging forward at the time because I didn't know what she was going to do. And then it became clear that she was going to try to pass in front of my car, so I stopped. And then she just suddenly jumped on the hood of my car and kind of crawled up to the windshield and started banging on the windshield. And she was sitting on the windshield. I was kind of scared. And within seconds, a police officer pulled her off the car, and I have the police report.
Can I see it, please?
And I have pictures of the damage.
Like to see the pictures, like to see the police report. Okay, so this is the statement of the police officer, eyewitness. He said, I saw Wilson, that's you, standing in the middle of the roadway in the 700 block of Fifth Avenue. She was staggering and walking into the path of passing cars. I went over to confront Wilson to remove her from the roadway. Before I could do this, she suddenly jumped onto the hood of the victim's car. Wilson then made obscene gestures to the occupants of the vehicle and thrust her body onto the windshield of the car. The force of her thrust caused the windshield to crack. There was approximately an 8 to 10 inch crack in the windshield directly in front of the driver's view. The officer then immediately pulled Wilson off the victim's car and placed her under arrest. After placing Wilson under arrest for vandalism, I also noticed that she was obviously intoxicated on alcohol. Her breath smelled of alcohol, her eyes were bloodshot red, and her pupils dilated. Her speech was slurred, and her language was offensive.
Judge Judy?
Yes, ma'am.
I also have a copy of the police report, and I believe you neglected to mention that I had charged a pre-existing crack to enlarge. I think that's kind of debatable. You shouldn't roll around with cracks in your windshields because they could break and enlarge. I mean...
Oh, that's true.
Right. So, I
That's
mean,
true,
who's
but,
to
but,
say?
But, Miss Wilson.
Yes, ma'am.
But for your actions that day, the windshield might have stayed with a slight crack in it for a month, a year, 2 years. But for your actions that day, the windshield would not have cracked the way it did, even if I believe you that the windshield had a prior crack. You are responsible for what you do. You are responsible, Miss Wilson, even if I believed you that you only had a couple of beers and a couple of shots, and maybe somebody, because you left your drinks unattended, drugged them, because that's your defense. Well, that's not her fault. That's your fault.
It's my fault for going out and having somebody drug me.
No, it's your fault. Have you ever heard of drinks being drugged?
Right.
Have you ever heard?
People
No.
jumping on a car?
Listen to me. Have you ever heard of drinks being drugged?
I guess I've heard of it.
Well,
I don't really
of course you
go
have.
out with that in my mind. As,
Well, you should
how
go
I'm
out with
gonna-
that in your mind.
Well, should she drive around being weary of people jumping on her car and breaking her windshields? It's the same kind of philosophy.
Can I see an estimate, please? Can I see an estimate, please? I'm not going to dignify that stupidity with an answer.
It's the same kind of thing. It's the same kind of thing. I don't go out with that
Raining people.
What?
in my mind.
It's raining people.
Yeah. Miss Wilson, I like people who accept responsibility for what they do. There's no question in my mind that you did not go out that evening with the intention of causing any damage to anybody else's property. You went out that evening to have a good time. You had too good a time. As a result of you having too good a time, you caused damage to the plaintiff's car in the amount of $628. Judgment for the plaintiff. That's all.